Hi, I'm Rian, the team manager of Team Admin. Welcome to this brand new series where I'm going to take you through how to build an F1 Schools dev class card in OnShape. OnShape is a great online CAD software, and this series will boost your understanding of CAD and help you through your F1 Schools journey. Dev class is very similar to entry class, however you have slightly more freedom with the no-go zone, and have a lot more rules and regs to follow, as well as engineered drawings to create. In this episode, I'm going to take you through the basics of OnShape, how to import the no-go zone. Then in the following episodes, we will develop our knowledge of OnShape through building different parts of the car. First, I'd like to give a huge shout out to Veritas, who've kindly sponsored and funded our journey through this competition. They've kindly given us the money to build our first real wind tunnel and pay the entry fee to dev class. Check out their website, veritasinvestment.co.uk. So first, you want to go to the F1 Schools website, and then go to the competition area and download section. Then scroll down to the development class no-go zone, and download the IPT file by right-clicking and save link as. So once you've done that, you want to go to OnShape and then go to Create, Import Files, choose your file and open it. And then once this dialog box pops up, you want to go to Import to a single document and you want to tick the checkbox. Then click OK. So once it's completed, you can open up the file. And then we'll have a look around OnShape. So first thing you notice is the menu button. Here you can rename the document. You can also check the workspace unit. So you want to check it to millimeters and to grams. And then we'll have a look at the taskbar. So in the taskbar you have all your different features that you use for 2D and 3D modeling. And then down the side you have your features list, which shows all your features and default geometries. Default geometries are like the origin, which is 0, 0. You want to hide that. And then the top, front and right planes you can hide as well, because we already have a base to work off of. So you can see here we've imported this object. And then once we create other 3D models like sketches and extrusions, they'll pop up here as well, so you can double click them to edit them. So you also now have a look at different features. So the sketch is probably the main feature you'll be using most of the time. This allows you to create 2D shapes that will allow you to build on later when we're doing 3D modeling. So you can click on a face and then use the N key to swivel the camera, and then we have another taskbar opening up here. So the first one is a simple line tool, or the L key. Let's just create straight lines from point to point. So OnShape has different kind of constraints. So if you hover over different points on your face, you'll see different parts highlight. So when the line highlights, this means that I'm going to create the point of the line on the face, so that they'll be touching. And then you can also have that same thing with the point, so that it's on a corner. And then if you see there's a tiny yellow box that pops up in the middle of the line, that means you're in exactly the center. And here you can see that there's a dashed yellow line along my line that I'm trying to draw. That shows that it's exactly vertical or exactly horizontal. So you can also have different constraints up here, like the parallel tool, which allows you to create 2 lines that are parallel. You just click them like this, make them parallel. The next one is the corner rectangle tool, or the center point rectangle tool. So both of these are rectangles, and they create simple quadrilaterals. However, they differ in how you create them. So the corner rectangle tool is by 2 corners, whereas the center point rectangle is a center point and 1 corner. Then we have the circle tools, where it's center point circle, where you just create center point and the radius. And then we also have 3-point circle, where we have 3 points which define the circle. This. Then the same thing with the arc. We have the center point arc. We just have the center point, the radius, and the arc. Then we also have the 3-point arc. We just define the arc, like that. Then we have two polygon tools. So for example, the inscribe and circumscribe polygon. So the inscribe polygon creates a shape outside of a circle, this, whereas the circumscribe polygon creates a shape inside a circle. So then, probably the most used feature for F1 schools will be the spline tool, because it allows you to create smooth flowing shapes. So we just click and it creates a smooth curve that goes through all of the points. So this is great for building up the body of the car when we need it to be a really smooth shape. So you can see here some of my shapes are grey and some of them aren't. So the grey shapes mean that they're a proper straight shape which can be 3D modelled without any gaps. Whereas if it doesn't, like this shape here, it means it won't be able to be extruded out or 3D modelled because there are gaps in it. So another useful tool is the construction tool. So this makes any line into a construction line, and construction lines don't count towards the grade 3D modelable shapes, and they're useful for creating guidelines, like boxes around your wings so that you don't break the chord or thickness regulations. And the offset tool allows you just to offset different features, so creating wing plates for example. And then the snip tool or trim tool just allows you to trim different parts, like that. So those are pretty much the main features you're going to worry about when sketching. And as you can see, we just created a bunch of different examples of sketches. So you can click the checkbox when you're done to save your sketch, and you can see they're all created on the line of the face we selected. So then to 3D model them, you've got different options over here. So the simple one is the extrude tool. This just creates yours. You just take your sketch, and then you just create a third dimension. So you can do this blind, where you just input a number of the depth, or you can have different constraints like up to face, where it will extrude it up to a face like this, as you can see. And then another useful one is through all, which is good for when you're removing shapes. This will just create it through your whole part. Then as you can see, OnShape cleverly hides the sketch to make your workspace cleaner once you've extruded parts of it. If you don't like that, you can just go here and unhide it. So then we'll go through different 3D modelling tools in future videos, where we're going to be looking at more smoother and organic 3D modelling. So the last tool we'll look at is the fillet tool. So the fillet tool just allows you to create really smooth edges. Like this. Okay, so the so next is the fillet and chamfer tools. So the fillet tool allows you to round off corners and edges. So for example, this edge here, you can round off using the fillet tool. And then the chamfer tool is very similar, except it does it with a straight line. So for example, if I take this edge, you can see that it's got a straight line. So the next one is the transform tool. So this is really good for moving features around. So this is slightly less easy to do in Part Studios, but you can just go about X, Y, Z, and then click your part, and you just insert the coordinates or drag it around. Okay, so over here you see the view cube, which just allows you to view your workspace. You can also do this with your mouse, and if you go to the count settings and then control settings, you should be able to look at which buttons do which. So then over here you have the render options. So you can have different preset views like isometric, dimetric, trimetric. And then you can also have zoom to fit, so that you can see your whole workspace. And then here you have different render options. So shaded is default. Shaded without edges gives a much cleaner look, and it's great for taking pictures for the portfolio. And then shaded with hidden edges shows the whole model with hidden edges included. And then thank you for watching the first episode of this brand new series, and if you've enjoyed, remember to like and comment down below, and remember to subscribe and check our channel for the next episodes in this series.